Welcome to the Toyota Esports Challenge, our second semi-final as we move our way into the finals. And of course, that grand prize of 50,000 Rand cash. One player gets to take that home this week, in fact. Now, we already know who one of our finalists is. It is, of course, Julio the Beast Bianchi. But today we get to find out who is going to be meeting him. zaZE and zaZE are going to be facing off. We've seen both of these players work their way through the group stages, which is how we started. 64 players in the beginning, round robin format, top two of each group move through into the knockout stages. We had a chance to watch zaZE play against some celebrities, give us a really fun show match when we introduced those celebrities as wildcards, and then they were in the quarterfinals, and now in the semi-finals, all to play for. This is their opportunity tomorrow, the grand finals. They both want that shot at that 50,000 Rand cash prize. Probably the biggest FIFA cash prize we've seen in 2020, courtesy of Toyota. So today we get to see who joins them. My name is Sam. Welcome to the show. Let's get into it now. This is going to be quite an exciting one. Players getting ready, setting up. I'll be interested to see. I think both of these players prefer playing as Liverpool. This is something we've seen a lot of. A lot of the players have gone the Liverpool way. Obviously, FIFA likes to bring in the stats of the actual real life teams, and Liverpool has been on an incredible run, so it makes sense that you'd want to jump on Liverpool. But also chatted to Beast, one of our other finalists, and he mentioned that for him Liverpool suits his play style, so that's something he's going to be working towards. We'll take a look now. I'm interested. zaZE has told me before, we've had a lot of conversations off stream about his choices. He likes Liverpool, and he said to me it's because he prefers to play a defensive game. Two Liverpools. There we go. Okay, so just to clarify for you, zaZE is in the white and zaZE is in the red. So red Liverpool is zaZE, white Liverpool is zaZE. zaZE mentioned to me that he likes the more defensive style, and he's allowed to do that in Liverpool. Of course, you can set up your formations, you can figure out your roles, so you can play any style that you want in these circumstances. So you can really figure out what suits your play style. For zaZE, that's a bit more defensive. For zaZE, we saw him in the quarterfinals. I think zaZE has a little bit more of an aggressive attack. He is a lot more pace orientated in that he likes to get in there fast. So I'll be interested to see how this plays out for him. Let's take a look now. Our team's getting ready, getting set up. This is it. We're jumping into it. Our second semi-final in the Toyota Esports Challenge. We're going to know in the next, I want to say 30 minutes, but obviously based on the last semi-final we had, we could be waiting. This could be a 1 hour. Of course, that game went, I think we were in like match number 5 before the golden goal was scored. So it could be 30 minutes. We'll know our next finalist, or it could be an hour. We'll have to wait and see. They're getting ready, warming up here. This is it. Jumping into the action. Quick explanation for you so you know how this works if it's the first time you've joined us. Our players will play 2 games, so there'll be 2 games that they will play, and the player with the most goals at the end of the second game is our ultimate winner and goes through to the finals. The last semi-final we had a tie, so I'll explain how that works for you. If there is a specific tie, then what will happen is we will move into a silver goal scenario. So the players will play the first half of a game, and the player with the most goals at the end of that first half wins. If we still have a tie, which happened in our first semi-final, we go to a golden goal situation. Right, we've begun. Let's get into it. zaZE, of course, there with possession, passing it around, just getting a feel. You can see, like I said, he is quite fast. He's quite moving. He likes to pass as quickly as possible, likes to keep the ball moving as much as he can. zaZE's a little bit more strategic in the way that he plays, but as I say that, you can see he's running it up as fast as he possibly can. Impressive performance from him. Has he got enough guys up there? No, just misses it. He didn't have a player there to set him up. zaZE is incredibly experienced in the game. He is someone that he's signed with one of the bigger football associations, real life football associations, as an esports player. He's had numerous times and experience. He's a little bit older than a lot of the other FIFA players, competitive FIFA players. And when I say older, not just in age, he's also spent a lot of time playing this game. So he's had a very illustrious competitive career, which means I think when it comes to big match temperament, BMT, he's definitely got that. zaZE, though, is a huge competitor as well. Well-known name in the FIFA community. And if anyone is going to give zaZE a run for his money, it's going to be zaZE. Right, here we go. As I say that, zaZE setting it up nicely there. He's got enough people there. Is he going to take a shot on goal? I think he might just try. Oh, and he goes down. Unfortunately for him, just not able to take that shot. I thought he could have possibly got a nice early goal in the first 15 minutes of the first half. Okay, back at it now. Interesting to see Riasat back on the attack. You can see he's got a very positive, fast, forward-moving play style here, which is interesting, getting a lot of space. Just not got enough people in the back there. Not enough guys hanging out in the box. I see that zaZE's been able to get his defense back as fast as possible. Good for him, making sure that he can shut Riasat down. That's something that you want to do. It also, I think, in this level of FIFA, you just want to make, as I say that, hold on, let's see what's going to happen yet. No, zaZE's got it. zaZE's stopping that from happening. He's saying nope. At this level of FIFA, it really comes down to who's quicker off the ball and who can read the game a little bit faster. For you and I, we're sitting watching and we think that these players are just holding their controllers, tapping away. Not the case. There's a lot of thought that goes into this, a lot of strategy. They're watching the formations, they're watching the roles, they're getting a feel for what their competitors setting up, and then they're really, while they're tapping away, that's kind of just second nature to them. They're busy watching, they're looking for the gaps that they need to find, they're looking for the spaces that they need to play in. This is something that helps with Riastat being as experienced as he is in terms of the amount of time he's had to play, is that he really has a good understanding for reading the game. zaZE as well, though, has had a lot of experience, has done really well in various tournaments. He's very fast and quick to find those gaps that he needs. So that'll be something that Riasat might be a little bit worried about. And as I say, that zaZE setting himself up here nicely in the box. Is he going to take a shot? He is, and there it is! zaZE with the first goal of our second semi-final. Liverpool 1, Liverpool 0. Of course, Red Liverpool is zaZE. He's going to be really happy with that. That lead is important. It all comes down to goals after these first two games. So for him, this is going to be a big one for him. Having that goal just allows him a little bit of a break because he's got a little bit of space, if you like. And that's going to make him feel really good later on if need be, especially as we move into the second game. Sometimes if you have that goal lead, it just takes the pressure off. Riasat now not allowing that to stop him. He immediately wants to counter it. Unfortunately, going over the goals. Could he potentially do something here with the corner? No. We go again. zaZE's going to take it out there. He must be feeling quite good about that. You can see both the players and the cameras in the bottom there, those player cams, very calm, just watching, no emotion showing just yet. In our first semi-final earlier this week, which I thought was fascinating, is we saw one player, Julio, he's going to be in our final, so much emotion from him, but towards the end, when the pressure was on, very quiet, both of them very focused on what's happening in game. zaZE setting it up again. This is interesting play from him. I'm surprised that Riastat's allowing this to happen, this fast-paced game from zaZE. The way that he was able to set up that first goal, Riastat's defense is normally really good. That's where his strength lies, and he just didn't seem to really see that it was coming. And now we go again. Looks like zaZE's going to try and set this up, takes another shot, but not able to net it. Riasat's got to change this flow. I'm sure he's not too happy with this. That's a little bit too close to home a second time. zaZE back on it again. Here we go. Is he going to be able to do something with this? Looks like he's getting ready to set it all up. But Riasat says no, he's going to try and do for a runner. He's going to have to pick up his pace a little bit because I just think zaZE's got a lot of possession here, 3/4 of the field in, which is not something that you want. Too close. One goal's fine, you can even it out, but when it starts getting to 2-3 goal leads, it becomes far more harder to do that. And especially as we reach halftime of the first game, you can see there that the clock's starting to count down. You don't want this lead to get any more than 1-0. 1-0 you can equalize. When it starts getting to 2-3-0, you have a problem. zaZE still on that attack. It's like I said, look at that fast pace that he's got. Lots of passing really quick. That's his type of play style. It works for him, and it's clearly worked for him because he's 1 goal up. We got 2 minutes additional time. That's going to go by pretty fast. I'm not sure if Riasat's going to be able to equalize out in this first half. That's going to be on the back of his mind. Is he going to just play the defense here? There we go. zaZE's going forward. zaZE's going to try go for it, but Riasat quickly shuts him down, passes it up, and there we go. Half-time whistle. 1-0 to zaZE on the side of the red Liverpool shirts. Impressive performance from him. Very quick. You saw fast, quick, backwards and forwards passing, quick pacing, worked in his favor. Riasat just kind of looked a little bit surprised when that goal went in. He's going to be coming into the second half focusing a little bit more on possibly his defense, figuring out how he plays himself back a little bit, what his formations and his tactics are going to be. You can see there that he's changing things up a little bit. That's because he's read this game now. He kind of knows more than likely what he wants and how he wants to play it. And we now go back into the second half of our first game here in the semi-finals of the Toyota Esports Challenge. Again, just to clarify, zaZE is wearing the red Liverpool uniform. Riestat's players are in the white, the away uniform, so that you can tell the difference between them. Of course, you can also see their names above there, but they're not quite correlating with their player names. So just to help you with that confusion, you know who's playing. Riestat quick to grab possession here in the second half, just playing around. I think just trying to get a feel for zaZE's, probably for zaZE's formations to figure out where, like I said, where those potential weaknesses lie if you want to score. Riestat setting it up really nicely now. Could this potentially be... No, the goalie's got it. But there could have potentially been a shot on goal there. Setting it up again. Here we go. zaZE looking very aggressive. Quickly passing the ball up. Sitting in the midfield now. Giving it a little bit of a... Just too many white shirts there for him, as you saw. So just moving it around a little bit. Trying to create the space that he needs. But Riestat's defense looks much better in the second half. You can see they're shutting it down very fast in the midfield. It isn't even getting a chance to move up and right back on the attack. That's what we're seeing here. Riestat going for a run. Is he going to be able to set something up here? He passes it through. He's got enough players there. Is it going to be enough for him? No. Very quickly. zaZE's defense good there. He had enough guys back. There was a huge opportunity, but just it wasn't even a wall. I think it was more like a little... You know, like a little picket fence. It was a little white picket fence in between those players and the goals. Wasn't a wall quite yet, but zaZE was able to just put a little picket fence in there, and that was enough to stop Riestat's attack, which is looking really good now. He's back at it again. Riestat's performing really well. I like the pace and the aggression that we're seeing from him. We didn't see that in the first half. We're seeing it now. And there we go. zaZE quickly taking possession there. zaZE's going to have to speed it up a little bit. You can see Riestat, I mentioned this earlier, his defense is really good. Look how fast he's able to move those white shirts back. You saw straight away the moment zaZE had possession in the midfield, Riestat's guys were all the way back there, and that's what he's really good at. So scoring against him is really hard, which is why zaZE must be pretty stoked that he's 1-0 up at the moment, because as much as I keep saying this about Riestat's defense, zaZE was able to break it down. Little bit of backwards and forwards now. Riestat just trying to find, this is his opportunity. He takes the shot, there it is. Clinical, beautiful. He evens it out 1-1. This is what I love about watching Riestat play. Look at how he did that. It was super slow. He actually was able to... I still went quiet because the game had kind of slowed down. There was a little bit of backwards and forwards. He slows the pace of it down. Is able to tactically read how he wants to go about things. You saw that there. He just quietly slows it right down to what suits him, and when he does that, he's able to see the gaps that he needs. Immediately was able to fire off that goal and equalize it. Just beautiful, and it happened so fast, so there was a counter there from zaZE, but unfortunately just not quite enough. But Riestat incredibly clinical, calculated. This is why I love watching him play FIFA. It was incredible to watch. zaZE's going to be a little bit frustrated. They're now an even keel. Of course, it comes down to goal difference at the end of this. We're moving into the 72nd minute of the second half, so zaZE's going to be a little bit frustrated that he's dropped his lead there. Riestat obviously happy because now they're on equal footing again. In terms of who gets into the final, it's an equal playing field once again. zaZE knows this, and that's why you can see getting a little bit aggressive there, now trying to move up as much as he can. He countered that goal really quickly. We saw him run it all the way to the other side of the field, took a shot on goal, unfortunately just going past the post. But impressive for him to quickly turn it around the way that he did. And you can see now zaZE is out for blood. Very aggressive, passing backwards and forwards. But Riestat's got his guys in there. Riestat's ready to take this on as well. There he is. He's setting it up. Could this be an opportunity for him? He's going to try, but straight into the hands of zaZE's goalie. And unfortunately, no opportunity there for Riestat. zaZE very quickly trying to move this one out. Now he needs to get this ball up into the midfield away from the danger zone, which is obviously that goal box that no one wants to see anyone else in. But as I say that, Riestat's now finding it out here in the midfield. He wants that. We're in the 80th minute of the second half, so only 10 minutes remaining, 10 in-game minutes, as well as some extra time. I rate we probably got about 2 minutes extra time that'll be added on because we haven't had any big changes or anything like that. Here we go. Riestat trying to set this up again. zaZE and Riestat just scuffling now. Lots of scuffling on the ball, trying to scuffle for possession, trying to scuffle for the opportunity to move it up. Lots of midfield play that you're seeing here. That's what's going down. These guys now are starting to really get a feel for one another and getting a little bit more aggressive. I think as this game goes on, the pressure starts mounting. They can probably feel it now. Grand finals, 50,000 Rand cash opportunity to play for. It's a big chunk of money. They're going to start feeling it a little bit, realizing now that they're on equal playing field, realizing that the clock is ticking on this last game. Okay, as I say that, here we go. zaZE needs to get this out of the way, just getting a feel for where he wants to move it. Riasat's kind of just hanging around trying to see, but you can see he's got all those white shirts in the midfield. He's ready to take the ball here. This is where he knows his game is. We're moving into the final minutes. Are we going to have about, let's check, 2 minutes at a time, like I called it, 2 minutes. Is that going to be enough? Can zaZE do something magical in these last 2 minutes? He's going to try. Look there he goes. He's going to give this an opportunity. This is what he wants to do. But no, Riasat shuts that down, and I think it might be too little too late for both of them. We finish game number 1 on a draw. This is always what you want in a semi-final, because they're moving into the final game on equal playing field. There's no big fight. There's no comeback. It's still equal, which means it's going to come right down to the wire. We've had an incredible first semi-final where it was a comeback. So we had Beast 3-0 up after the first game. There was a comeback in the second game. They evened it out, and then we went into the overtime games to try and figure it out. Yeah, I think this is kind of exciting for me because it's a little bit different now. We're moving into the second game completely equal, completely even. It's all going to come down to the game we're about to watch. Interested to see if we see a change up. I'm pretty sure Riasat will stick to Liverpool. That's his team. That's the team that he wants to play. And as I say that, you can see there's zaZE going with the Liverpool matchup as well. So just to clarify for you in terms of shirts and colors, so we know who's who. I really do hope they don't both play in the red uniform, because that'll be confusing for us. Let's see if they change it up. I'm presuming one of them will jump to another uniform. And we'll just wait for them to make those selections. Conversations going on behind the scenes so everyone knows what's up. But yeah, this is going to be really fun. Final game is going to determine who makes it through to the finals. Top 4 players, top 4 FIFA players in South Africa have been battling it out. It's all to play for. You want a spot in that grand final, not only for the money, obviously it's for the fame, it's for the infamy. You want to be up there ranked as one of the best. You already know who you're going to be facing off against. Julio the Beast Bianchi, it's a well-known name. Both of these players, zaZE and Riasat, well-known names. So no matter who makes it through, we're going to have an intense final. But of course, both of these guys want this more than anything. Right, let's take a look as they set themselves up, getting ready with their formations, their tactics. Interesting to see if anyone changes it up. Now that they've had a feel for each other, they kind of know the game that the other is playing. This is going to be one where they're going to kind of feel it and see how they want to go. A little bit of time being spent here determining how. You can see the defensive support they're getting set up. This is them deciding how they want to play this, what their tactics are going to be. They're not just button bashing. There's some serious thought going into how they set this up. Warming up a little bit as we get ready for our second game in the Toyota Esports Challenge semi-finals number 2. Who is this going to be? If you are watching in chat, why don't you drop a name? I'd love to know who you think has the opportunity to take this one. Will it be Riasat or will it be zaZE? Let us know. Get behind your favorite player. Show them some love. I can guarantee you that they would appreciate it a lot. Okay, so let's just clarify quickly for you. Same setup. Riasat's playing in the Liverpool away uniform and zaZE is in the red. So now you know. And that's going to help you a little bit follow the game. And as I say that, you can see Riasat getting quite aggressive right from the get-go. Very fast off the ball. Passing as quickly as he can, moving. I like this aggressive pace from him. This is going to make all the difference, I think. There we go, setting it up already. He's moving it back. Lots of red shirts, though, on defense already, so I don't know if it's going to make much of a difference. He's got to set something up. He is, though. Look how fast he's playing. He's hungry for this. This is what this is. He wants to just quickly net a goal right off the start, put himself in a lead, put himself in a comfortable position. Played a really good one there, but zaZE very quick to grab it. Now countering, moving it up into the midfield. That was impressive. Riasat's got his guys set up really nicely in the midfield for this game. I really like that positioning that he's got there. He's always got someone there to answer whatever comes his way. zaZE's going to have to figure out a way to break down on that and break that midfield down, because if he wants a shot on goal, he's going to have to get past that impressive midfield that Riasat's set up here. Just passing it away. This looks tactical. This looks like a typical Riasat setup. Is this the opportunity that he's been looking for to grab that goal? As I say that, though, no, not quite. Just didn't have enough guys in the box. zaZE very quick to clear that. Is he going to move it up as fast as he possibly can? I'm sure that's exactly what he's going to do. Wants to get that ball away from that box. Doesn't want Riasat having the opportunity to set anything up there. And now we're running, countering it up. Is this going to be his shot? Can zaZE potentially set some magic going here? He's got this really fast-paced passing game, which I really enjoy watching. And as I said, look at that. He's passed it up. He's set it all up. He's got someone in there. Can he take the shots? This is his opportunity, but Riasat's defense, he's on him like flies. Look at that. There's an analogy there that I'm not going to go with, but you kind of knew what I meant when I said he was on him like flies. So there we go. That was impressive from Riyasat. I liked his defensive play. He knows what he needs to do. He's quick to shut it down. Make sure that he had enough of his white shirts in the back there. No picket fences for him. It was a full-on wall. Just making sure that zaZE has no opportunity to break it down. No opportunity to even take a shot. But really good from zaZE to move it up the way that he did across the field. I really like his passing game. I've spoken about this before in the quarterfinals. The way he passes as fast as he can. He's very quick. I like that movement. I like that style of play. It works really well for him. And a lot of the time you see the other players aren't quite sure how to answer it. He did a really good job there. Right. Let's go. zaZE setting this one up now. There's going to be a lot of midfield battles, I think, from what I'm seeing here, where these two they're kind of deciding who gets to take control. zaZE setting up another one. Fast paces. There we go. Quick off the ball. Sets it up once more. Is this going to be his opportunity to take something? Can he potentially take the shot? That's what he wants to do. Setting it up nicely there. You can see his face just calmly. No, he wasn't happy with that. Just sort of lean back in the player cams where he kind of just went, oh, this isn't quite working for me. Not quite what I was looking to do. And again, back to the midfield. This is where these decisions are made. I feel like once you've won this battle in the midfield, you can kind of have a better idea of who's going to score. At the moment, this kind of tends to be where they're sitting. Not 100% sure what to do here. Kind of battling it out amongst one another, getting a feel for each other. That's kind of the way I'm reading this game at the moment. zaZE back on the attack. I'm curious as to whether Riyasat's going to keep playing this defensive game. We saw this in the first semi-final. I don't think that the defensive game is the smartest move here because it's all very well to defend, but at the end of the day, you need to get a goal in the back of the net. And as I say that, here we go. Riyasat setting it up, passes it over, lobbies it over. Is this his opportunity? No, it's not. zaZE's got it. I get super excited for like the split second, and then it's gone. They take it away from me. These guys just immediately remove my excitement by moving the ball out of the goal. I say that, here we go. Could this be a potential for him? Yeah, he's got the opening Riyasat. You could potentially... No, he can't. zaZE's defense, his goal comes right in. Hyping it up for absolutely no reason because they very quickly stopped it. 35 minutes into the first half of the second game. 35 game minutes, by the way. Just so we've got some clarity right now. Both of these players 1-1. Like I explained earlier, and I'll explain it again, how this works is that they play 2 games here in the semi-finals. And the final result, the final winner of the game is determined by the goal tally over those 2 games. So basically, you want to score as many goals as possible. More goals, of course, than your opposition, and then you can make it through to the next round. And the next round in this case is the grand finals of the Toyota Esports Challenge. You're watching 2 of South Africa's best FIFA players battle it out right now. In the white, we've got Riyasat, a really well-known player signed by one of the bigger football organizations, incredibly talented, has been around in the scene for a long time, been competitive for a long time, and up against him you've got zaZE, who very well respected figure in the FIFA community, incredible player, really fast-paced, love watching him play, and also obviously desperate for this opportunity, desperate, both of them I'm sure, to make it through to the finals and face off against Julio the Beast Bianchi. We're moving towards the close of the first half of the second game. The scoreline is still 0-0. No one's yet to score. Both of these players are sitting on 1 goal from the first game, so it's an equal playing field. 2 minutes at a time. Is that going to be enough for zaZE to set something up? It could very well be, but as I say that, Riyasat's defense comes in and the whistle goes. The first half is completed. Now we move to the second half of game number 2. It is an even playing field, like I said, each player a goal apiece. So this is what's going to be going through their heads as they come through to the second half. They know that whoever can score, because it's a second half and the time is going to allow them a little bit more freedom, is if you can get a goal in the back of the net, it's going to be way tougher for your opposition to equalize in the second half. So that's going to be riding hard on both of these gents, is knowing that what they need to do is ultimately score. If one of them can just net a goal, it's going to put them in a much more comfortable position and ultimately potentially guarantee them a spot in those finals. zaZE starting it out nice and aggressive, lots of pacing, lots of passing, just getting a feel, immediately running it up. Riyasat on the back foot a little bit. zaZE sets it up really nicely. You could do a really nice cross here, chooses not to, passes it straight back into Riyasat. A little bit of a weird decision there. I wouldn't have gone with that. I thought he could have done quite a nice cross. And as I say that, he's back on the attack. zaZE's looking very hungry here. This is what he wants. Put the pressure on, hope that Riyasat makes a mistake at some point. Passing it backwards and forwards here, just trying to get a space. He's trying to create a gap in that wall of white shirts, and if he can create that gap, he can take advantage of it and take a shot on goal. zaZE setting it up again. Rierstad though with that in defensive game, this is how he likes to play. He said it before, defense is his style. He's running it up now. Can he create some space here? I think he can. He's going to pass it up the wing, move it along. Just getting a feel for where he wants that. I can see where he's trying to go. He wants to push it up to the right of your screen maybe, or the left. Either way, obviously run it. There's been a pause requested by Rierstad. That's interesting. So maybe just not quite sure how he wants to run this. There we go, taking a break. You saw a lot of backwards and forwards. I thought he was going to run up one of the wings, but he kind of chose not to go that route. Let's see now, pause requested by him. We take a quick break, and once we're back in, we'll have a better idea of what was going on there. Maybe just needed some time to just strategically figure out where he wanted to be. Could have possibly just wanted to adjust, maybe take a sip of water, you never know. Or maybe trying to work out to get some substitutions in. But we'll find out very soon. 57 minutes into the second half of the second game of the Toyota Esports Challenge semi-final. I stopped there because I just always laugh. I love the scene when the camera roams and the players are just like completely frozen like a PowerPoint presentation. It's my favorite thing. For some absurd reason, it makes me giggle every time. So there you go. Okay, back on it. Rierstad running it up now. He's had some time to figure out what he wants. Look at that aggressive playstyle. It means I think he's got a bit of a thought process going there, because that's a complete change from him from what we saw earlier. Really nice setup there in the box. Looking a lot more aggressive, but as I say that, zaZE's very quick to take the ball, kind of run it back up again. Both of these players now very, very hungry. zaZE, he has a nice opening for zaZE. He's got the space. Can he cross it over? Is this going to be the goal that he's been looking for? No, it's not. Rierstad says it's definitely not what you're looking for. It's not going to be anything to see here. Go away, sit down. I've got the ball. Rierstad now running it up. Quietly setting up that position that he wants to get. Interested to see how this one goes. Rierstad with that clinical approach. We've spoken about it before. Looking very clinical now. Not so clinical because the red shirt was able to grab the ball. But I thought that it looked to me like he was setting something up. Looks like he's doing it again. This is his opportunity. Just not enough players back there to support him. So zaZE able to defend that one and quickly lobby it into the midfield again. Rierstad's able to grab possession here. He's setting something up. He's got enough guys back there. He's got quite a few. Could this be the opportunity that Rierstad's been looking for? He's got someone there. Can he take the shot? He takes the shot, and there it is. The goal from Rierstad. I told you earlier he was setting something up. That's exactly what was happening there. Did you see? This is the thing that I love when you're watching him. You have to see the clinical approach to it, because you actually see it where he brings it up and then he slows right down for just a moment in time. I said it there where I said I think he's setting something up, because there's a slow down and then he moves around and there it is. It's so fast, it's so quick. I wish we could jump into his head, because I think he could actually talk us through this and he could explain to us what he sees in that moment before he goes. But there we go. Rierstad got a goal in the back of the net in the second half. Less than 20 minutes to go in game time. You can see some pretty even possession numbers there. zaZE holding on a little bit more than Rierstad, but not enough, obviously, to stop Rierstad from scoring that incredible goal. zaZE's going to be frustrated now, because if we look at the goal difference, which is what's going to come into play to determine who gets into the grand finals, right now Rierstad's got 2 goals to zaZE's 1. zaZE needs to equal this out. He needs to score another goal. He needs to push them into an overtime silver goal situation in order to stay in the competition. But this is going to be difficult for him, because Rierstad's defense is so good. This is something that he's well known for. He's really good at just sitting back and hunkering down. That's probably what he's going to do right now with less than 15 minutes left. I imagine zaZE is going to struggle to break down the wall that Rierstad sets up. I definitely think he can do it, no doubt about it in my mind, but it's going to be really difficult because of Rierstad's specific play style and the way he's able to change things up. And as I'm saying that, you can see him changing things up right now. He understands his squad. Maybe he's bringing in another player. You can see that's exactly what he's done now. He's changing this up. He knows what he needs to do in order to keep this lead. Very tactical approach from Rierstad. I would expect nothing less. That's how he plays. Doing a quick substitution and setting himself up to ensure that he can defend this lead in the last few minutes of the game and potentially guarantee his spot in the grand finals of the Toyota Esports Challenge. It's not going to be enough to deter zaZE, though. He's going to get super aggressive, run this up. You can see that already. He's straight in there. He knows what he has to do, and he's not going to let these guys stop him. He's not going to let Riostat setup stop him from giving this the biggest shot he possibly can. zaZE could potentially be able to break this down, though. That fast, aggressive style that he's got, the way that he dictates the pace, it could be enough. And as I said, that look, he's setting something up. Could this be the equalizer? No. No, Riostat's got that. His defense is strong. He knows it. We are almost reaching the end of the game. The last few game minutes as we go in. I'm rating we probably get maybe 2-3 minutes added time. I don't know if it's going to be enough. zaZE's got to be starting to see that clock. He knows that he doesn't have enough time. He has to equalize this. He's got to pull a rabbit out of the hat right now. He cannot afford to let Riostat shut him down. I think Riostat's going with that play, though. Instead of being attacking, he's just going to defend, hunker down, keep his lead. I don't think that zaZE's going to like that very much. zaZE sets something up. He's got to take these shots. He does just that, but it tips the goalkeeper's fingers over there, misses that opportunity. zaZE's going to be frustrated with that, but he goes again, quickly sets it up. This is his opportunity. He knows he's got 1 minute, maybe half a minute to equalize this, maybe 2 minutes added time. zaZE cannot afford. Oh no, he can't afford things like that. Jumps off the pole. How frustrating. It was so close. Oh, take a look at that. I honestly thought that was going to go in. What bad luck. Just tipped the pole, came back in, and the header sent it out just a little bit further. 2 minutes additional time. zaZE had the opportunity right there to equalize. My heart is breaking for him right now. He cannot be happy about that. Is he going to give it one more go? zaZE, you got one more opportunity. Send it flying. Come on, you were so close. You can do it again. But Riostat's obviously got possession. And if Riostat's smart now, he's just going to keep that ball on his players. And as I say that, the whistle goes. Congratulations to Riostat. He is our finalist in the Toyota Esports Challenge. But we really need to just give such a big shout out to zaZE. What an incredible performance from him right up to the bitter end. That was just such bad luck. I really thought that was going in, just to hit the pole like that. Oh no. zaZE, an amazing competitor. Incredible performance. Well done. But of course, Riostat, you are there. You are in the grand finals tomorrow. Riostat takes on Julio the Beast Bianchi, and the winner will be announced. The Toyota Esports Challenge winner, and they'll also be taking home 50,000 rand. It is going to be all to play for. It's going to be incredibly exciting. I'm going to be joined by some friends in a studio. We're going to put on a great show for you. So make sure you keep it locked right here to the Toyota social media channels. You do not want to miss any of the action. We'll see you tomorrow.